Current situation, we're up in Perth. Em's had her breast augmentation. She's YouTube and vlogging all the details behind that. I'm actually be in training around that. Obviously here for her, much as we can. Today's Thursday. Today's Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday, and Saturday, young Zach and Tay Doherty are coming up, and we're heading into Stadium Fitness and their IFBBWA headquarters. We're going to get a session in, obviously, while we're all around in the similar area. So it's off season for me, as I'm sure you all have seen. And one of my last meals, low GI meals, just because I'm about that taste. Bam! You all know I'm about the cinnamon toast crunch. In that, I also have my almond butter, my coconut oil, wherever that's floating around at. And because it's off season, WPC, but if you all see that, caramel latte. Yeah, that was a limited one from Bulk Nutrients at Christmas time. I've actually been holding on to that. And WPC, I usually do WPI or hydrolyzed, but off season, I'm obviously having a little bit of milk in my diet, so that doesn't seem to upset me. But when I do seem to cut down, it really does play havoc on me. So with my coffee, bit of milk in my coffee, and Starbucks medium roast. When we got home, we obviously have the Nespresso machine, and I'm about that blonde roast. So that's me. A couple of us guys from 7 More being there training tomorrow. Going to have back. Obviously, M's out. Tay's coming up. We're obviously going to hit a mean feed because it is off season, and that's what it's about. All about that growth. So we'll get a bit of footage in, see how we go. Alright, day's up. Been up since 5. Time to get some food in. Boom. Started off with before you speak. This one's the unsweetened. I do throw in my own stevia. With a dash of milk. There we got 70 G's of quick oats, along with 35 G's of WPC, 5 G's of coconut oil, 20 G's almond butter, and I'm not actually measuring out my banana. Being off season, I'm just saying 1 large banana. Right, all my vitamins and minerals. We've got zinc, magnesium, taurine, ashwagandha, turmeric, apple cider, curcumin, B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, and 12, vitamin D3, K2, flaxseed, and krill, fish oil. So those are my basics. This is slightly more than what I usually have, as I usually don't have the banana, but seeing as I'm only going to get probably this meal, another meal in, and then go train. That's the plan, because I'll already be up for 5 and a bit hours before we get up there. So yeah, that's where we're at. Couple of thoughts and questions I had actually before we head off. I've heard a lot of this BS about your pre-workout meal doesn't matter. Who fuck got that idea? You know the glycemic index. You know how fast your absorption is. This is why we have macronutrients. That's how it goes. That being said, it obviously leaves into the whole thing of when your meal previous to that was, what the index of that was, what's the density of the protein, peptides that are in it. Like, I don't know where people get this idea, but like, if that was also a thing, we've proven research, documentation, and studies on dextrose, sucrose, fructose, intra-workout. Intra. That's during. And another thing to add in there is your EAAs and your BCAAs and the differential between those two. Your BCAAs is not a complete protein source, so it's much similar to, like, throw this out there, pork. And the reason between that, though, we'll have some athletes on that. It's more to stop the protein breakdowns of what you're stopping your body from going catabolic. Whereas the others that I'll have on EAAs, including myself, will be for the simple fact of starting the protein synthesis while you're working out, whether it be because you're under heavy load or your workout tends to go longer, your rest periods, all those sorts of things. And that is too why we'll start your intra pretty well as I walk through the door. So you know, Future Whey, right? It's essentially sold as a replacement for WPC, WPI, lactose free, you know, all the good stuff, vegan friendly. But let's read through the index here. I'm not sure if you can see this. This is your complete amino chain. So while it's marketed as that, shh, Joe Posey, I know that's what it's marketed as, but this is actually really, really cheap EAAs. This cost me, I think, about 40 bucks for 750 grams. Whereas like an EAA cost me about the same price for half that size. So, Joe's, I love you. But I'm taking advantage of your little slip up there. On that, that's something actually me and Zach touched base on too, and we both agree on that. And I know I've seen in his stories that he is doing something similar too. I usually run some form of dextrose with mine until my insulin sensitivity is like banging right up there, and I need to actually start to increase there. I'll probably keep my dextrose not in right now. When I do go to site, I do add them in because it is so handy. But right now, for hydration and carbohydrate purposes, I'm throwing in the coconut water. That's me. Some people don't even like the manky taste. I do. But touching on the form of dextrose and carbohydrates, bear with me. Right, so the reason we use dextrose rather than banging down a granola bar or something is for the same fact of glycemic index. This rice will take longer to break down than what dextrose will, but the pineapple from the fructose will be processed faster than that, hence a complete amino chain. But you want everything to break down to be stored and utilized as glucose. Dextrose is your closest thing to that, to add in, to break down and to be stored as glucose. Except for actual glucose. My powerlifter buddies, my clients, my enhanced athletes, the ones that need the pump, the ones that need the energy, but don't want to be sitting on a big meal, you'll already know you're on that, and you'll already know why. But make no mistake, if you go smash down a bag of this, you're gonna be shitting through an eye of a needle, to put it nicely. But same thing, it is not sold as bodybuilder food. Now, I'm a fiend of the jelly beans, but right now they had bears, and this little sticker up here, that gets me every time. New, ooh, something shiny. But your glucose jelly beans, straight glucose. You get a big pack, they're so fucking cheap, man. And I believe, oh, these are those little, so about 3 pieces. Throw 3 of my gummy bears right here. It's 15.7 grams of glucose. Yeah. So the whole idea behind that is for those people that like are having gastro or something along those lines, spewing their guts up, have not been able, those electrolytes are shot. That's what you're taking to give you that energy. What a simple way, right? And that's a little bit of hashtagging, if it fits your lifestyle right there. Better than yesterday. We learn, we adjust, we use things to our advantage. This is why you have a coach. This info is free. Love it, learn it. Be part of the team. 7 more crew. I'm gonna get this meal down. Gonna head on out, gonna meet Zach, Tay there, and we are going to get it. Boom, team strong. All right, team's here. Mike running around, already caught up with Mike, M's supervisor. And they're getting a warm up with that cable. Yeah, there you go, pullovers. Starting our workout off with some cable pullovers with the rope so we can just pull past our hips and open up our lats. Getting that warmth in, you'll see Tay here pulling through. Big Zach really concentrating on the contraction and getting that lower insertion. This is not a heavy exercise, this is just purely to get you the blood flow, to get that switch on, and almost a bit of a pre-exhaustion mind-muscle connection. Kicking off our working sets there with bent over dumbbell rows, keeping a bit of a supinated grip, allowing those elbows to drive in and past your midsection there, really engaging from the lat and pulling through into your rhomboid. While we're doing our warm-up sets, really concentrating on the contraction and engaging before we worry about putting too much weight on them. The 50's finally got a bit of work, we decided to strap in and give it a run. You have a few different choices and variants when you're doing your lat pull down. This one we had a bi-cable, so it was allowing us to pull out with our elbows and open up those lats. Watch Tay's hand grip, slightly rotated in and supinated, being able to fully engage that range of motion and then coming all the way down, engaging those lower lats. Certainly not my best nor strongest back exercise, but I find I really get a good engaging and mind muscle connection with this. I suggest giving it a try. The cable row, every back day's best friend. Keeping those hands pretty wide on the narrow bar, as we weren't able to get a wide bar that was suitable for our grip, and this one we didn't have to change between Zach, Tay and myself. Really, you see Zach pulling through, look at where those elbows are finishing, and he's getting a stretch forward as he goes. Not just about moving the weight, also keeping that tempo as you're going down, not letting it just drop and bounce, controlling the retraction.
Tay with slightly higher elbow elevation, so she's trying to more target her upper back. This is a really good light contraction movement. Both Zach and myself love it. We tried to improvise there in getting the bench so we could keep our posture a little bit more tight rather than just using the lat pull down. And we did one arm, then isolated to the other. And you'll see Zach come up here cueing Tay where he would like that elbow to pull through and keeping that alignment tight. And as a finisher, we decided to rack it up, did 3 sets of drop sets. Thank God we didn't film that last set because we died. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.